Unfortunately, today you can't open up a newspaper or turn on a TV without reading or hearing about the addiction epidemic that's sweeping through America's communities. One Cleveland organization is helping our neighbors fight this illness. Joining us today is Bill Lewis, Community Liaison for Protem Homecare and Hospice, and Michael Bracken, a liaison for Alliant Treatment Center. They are here to inform us on how this epidemic is affecting Ohioans of really every age.
Absolutely.
So why are so many of our neighbors got this problem with opioids?
Well, you know, Laurie, it's interesting. It's not just one reason. There's many reasons that contribute to it. You know, when I first think about it, I think about the medical community. Often, you know, there's over-prescribing of pain pills, which was actually best practice at that particular point in time,
Right.
okay? Now we have a lot of people who've been on pain pills for a while, finding out they have a habit and a discontinued prescription. Then fentanyl, which is an opioid that's 10 times stronger than heroin. A lot of people who are using heroin, they're always trying to reproduce that first high. It's called chasing the dragon. And so the fentanyl, that's causing some problems and it's getting people addicted. I even heard that they may be putting fentanyl in cocaine, marijuana. So, you know, there's a lot.
I mean, you could die.
A lot going on there. Then we look at just experimenting with drugs, okay? Often usage of marijuana can lead as a gateway drug to other drugs. And then I think it's the fact that society has a lack of understanding that addiction is a brain disease.
Okay.
So there's a lot of shame and guilt associated with it.
So what do you mean by a brain disease?
Well, basically what happens is that we all have natural receptors for pleasure. And so the drug of choice, whether it's marijuana, crack, alcohol, or what have you, it attaches, okay, to those receptors. And in the beginning, you begin to get like a euphoric feeling. But over time, it just makes you feel sort of normal. Without it, you don't feel good at all. It's sort of like a withdrawal, the agitated feeling and so forth. So really, we need to have people to understand that it's just like we should treat an addiction or mental health like we would treat diabetes or hypertension.
Okay, it's a disease.
Yeah, it's
all
a
right.
disease, right.
And you think about opioid addictions mostly between maybe 18 and 35.
Yeah.
But they are affecting seniors, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and certainly it does not have an age, it doesn't have a demographic. This is a real issue that we have really with our community and the communities, you know, across borders.
I was going to say, think about the protocol changes with opioid dispensing. So you're going to have a lot of people who've been on pain pills for years, and all of a sudden, the prescription is being cut or changed, or they're being moved to another type of pain management system. And some of the people will seek opioids on the street.
I've heard it's cheaper even that way than getting the prescription pills.
I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word on it.
How is Alliant helping to fight this addiction epidemic?
So it's interesting because, you know, certainly with intensive outpatient therapy, it is a behavior treatment program. What we've been able to do is partner, you know, I actually represent both the nursing home and the treatment center, and that's West Park Healthcare in Cleveland. We have a program that's dedicated to treat both the medical and the behavior program. This is something that just a few years ago wasn't even considered. So now, in order to properly manage the behaviors and give them the chance to become clean and sober, to treat them both medically and change the trigger mechanisms and the environment that they're in.
And you even have a connection with ERs around the community to try to guide people into potentially some help?
Absolutely, absolutely. The time to treat that behavior really is at the time of the overdose. That's when people are most vulnerable. And at that point, we have a captive audience. So to keep them safe, to change the trends that they've gone down, and to really adjust their living culture, we can get them at that ER point and bring them back into a safe situation.
Very important. My thanks to Bill and Michael here for discussing the addiction epidemic and ways to overcome it. If you or a loved one could use their assistance, please give them a call. The information is next.
Find out more by calling Alliant Treatment Center at 216-417-6166 or visit AlliantRehab.com.